Hey guys, Fatih's here from Reality Club. We're gonna break down Love Epiphany.
It goes like this. You find out you have
So Love Epiphany is, I'm very proud of this song. I wrote it on the piano. It was one of the songs that from this album that I started with on the piano. And I was really inspired by this track called Pure Comedy by Father John Misty, where he goes about life and how all these ironic things happen in the human race and us as a species, and how everything is messed up. So I kind of took that concept into romance, how there's always contradictions at every stage of romance, right? You can start falling in love, but then you get friend-zoned. You can be in a relationship and it doesn't last. You can get married and get divorced. You can be happily married and then they die before you. There's always a contradiction at every level. But then, within that contradiction, there's also beauty. And it's also a mystery. Why do people keep trying if you can fail at any time? And then the person who sings this has an epiphany that you can also win at any time. And that's the main message behind the song. But anyways, let's get down to the lyrics. Well, it goes like this. You find out you have similar interests. You use your finite sense of humor to entertain her, but you're always wondering what she'll infer. Oh, such complex human nature. So this is that early days, right? When you're single and you find this person with similar interests and you guys are sending each other memes, right? You guys are, you're trying to find ways, you have a limited amount of humor. You're not the funniest person, where you're using what you have to entertain her. But that just gets you thinking, you're wondering, does she find me funny? Am I, is this enough? It's a complex human nature. Oh, she's the best. You keep on sending her these hilarious image tags. Always on the hunt for what you should send next. Second guessing and perplexed. Guess her attention's got you vexed. Worried you'll soon run out of jest. So again, saying something nice and then contradicting it, right? It's she's the best, you guys are having a great time, you're hitting it off. And I love this line of image text. Without context, it doesn't make any sense, right? What is an image text? But we all know what image texts are nowadays with technology. It's memes. But then you're second guessing yourself and you're so perplexed. You don't know, is this entertaining? Did she find me funny? Is this bringing me closer to her and whatnot? And, you wanted her attention, but then when you got it, you're just vexed. You're just at a loss of words. You're nervous. You don't know what to do. And you're worried that you're going to run out of jest, which is, being funny. But don't worry about it. We're just as clueless as the rest. We're all just looking to connect with no idea of what happens next. Probably alone with nothing left. It's kind of dark. This is the pre-chorus, I'd say. He's he realizes he's telling his nephew these very dark things. So he's you know what, don't worry about it. You're still young, We're all just clueless because nobody really knows what they're doing. Sometimes you think maybe the other person knows more than you. Maybe the other person has a better idea. Maybe they're more experienced at love than you. But when you get down to the nitty-gritty, you're both just clueless as to what's happening. It's the first time you guys are connecting, Are you guys going to fail? Are you guys going to work out? Nobody knows. You love the way she makes you feel. You start to synchronize your meals. You compromise, you make some deals. Swapped excitement for some comfort. Back where you started, it's just the same old song and dance. A safety net or a love trance. So yeah, things are going great. You guys are going out now. I don't know if you guys are official or not. But you love, you start to synchronize, you start having dinner together, lunch together, breakfast together, whatever. You're synchronizing your meals. And then, you guys are making compromises, adjusting your behaviors to fit each other. And what happened was, when you were single, you're looking for excitement. But then you swapped that excitement. You switched it out, and now you don't have excitement anymore. You just have comfort. Back to where you started before you even went on this journey of finding love. You're back to this bored comfort stage. And, it's just the same old song and dance. You're doing the same things over. It's the same routines. Is it a safety net because you're scared to go out there and find someone better or a situation that's better? Or is it actually just a love trap? You're so in love with this person that you're just, zombie mode or whatever. And then we continue on to the next phase of a relationship, right? You make them witness promises, bound by jewels, your happiness. Your love's just not like how it was, living with these many monuments of your love, blessings from up above. But her focus is not on you, and the love escapes you too. So this is like marriage and kids stage, I think. You make them witness promises. You have these weddings. People are witnessing the ceremony, this vows that you're taking. Bound by jewels, your happiness. That's kind of like on the nose, wedding ring. Your love's just not like how it was, living with these mini monuments of your love. Babies. It's different when you have a kid, I assume. Again, this is in the perspective of a bitter, late 30s uncle who's single and thinks he knows everything about love, but he doesn't because he's never went to marriage and everything, but he thinks he knows it all, right? So he assumes that having a kid's gonna be different, These blessings from up above, these kids, because the focus is not gonna be on both of you anymore. It's on the kid, right? How to have the kid, how to make sure the kid has a great life and everything. So then you kind of lose that love for each other. It's some stories about people who's married say that's what happens, but some people don't, I guess, with no idea of what happens next when you're alone. Time to reflect. It's the next pre-chorus, and this is when he starts reflecting upon it. It's I've just talked about all these negative things about love, these contradictions, but then he starts to wonder, why do people do it, right? Maybe it's time to reflect. So it's different from the first time that whole part of the song happened. We changed the lyrics a bit at the end. The bridge. You can lose at any time, talking bitter about some bullshit at Valentine's. But baby, well, that's just the game. And maybe you'll win just the same. So that's the epiphany moment, right? He's you can lose at any time. It's so uncertain. It's such a, risky gamble to put your heart out there, to try with people where you can fail at any time, right? But here he is, he's talking bitter about some bullshit on Valentine's Day, where it's supposed to be all about love. He's talking to his little nephew who doesn't know anything, and he's being so bitter. And then he is but that's just a game, no one ever knows. Why would you go into love if it's a sure thing? It's never a sure thing, ever, but that's the beauty. It's not a sure thing. You don't know what's gonna happen. It keeps you excited. It keeps you, it keeps you working for it. But you can also win at any time. You can find the love of your life after you had the biggest heartbreak. You can fall in love and get married again with someone else after you get divorced. You can find your soulmate when you're 50 or 60. There's no real, there's no logical way to think about it, but you can just win at any time. I'm going to go call that girl, or okay, I'm going to go out there, get myself on dating apps, or I'm going to meet people, or call that guy, or do this, or do that. Anything, right? All right, and then we get to the chorus, right, or the big hook, or whatever. And we'll find love through the ages as time goes by, in your teen years where love is shy. So yeah, that's it. That's when he starts having the epiphany, seeing how beautiful these contradictions actually can be, and how that uncertaintiness, but people's willingness to keep trying and looking and finding and falling in love is mind-blowing, right? So you can find love at any time. You can win at any time. So he's we'll find love. He's being optimistic now a little. Through the ages as time goes by, in your teen years where love is shy. Just going through the times, but now he's looking at everything from a more positive light. Love in your 20s when it's raw. Flirty 30s, romance has thawed. Roaring 40s, sparks has stopped. Nifty 50, my sex drive drops. In the 60s, I need you with me. Will you spend forever with me? Love. Oof. So that was like this big musical moment, right? Because you want to bring people on a journey as he's going through this journey. And that's the climax, I guess. He's going through the ages, the 20s. We've been experimenting it a couple times in our previous songs where we want to put the chorus at the end and it only happens like once or near the end, just to make that chorus a bit more, what's the word, expensive. So that when it happens, you have to be there and witness it or you'll miss it because it only happens once. But yeah, that's the lyric breakdown of Love Epiphany, one of our big highlight songs of this album. I hope you guys enjoy it. So that's what it's all about. Now you know, now you can go into it, cry to it, relate to it, fall in love to it, and do something. Go for it. What are you waiting for? Come on. All right, go check our music out on all your favorite streaming platforms. And the music video is out on our YouTube channel. See you.